Alrighty folks, welcome back. In the last video, I had tried making this janky little setup to heat treat 5 blades at one time, and it sort of worked. I did get a lot of really great feedback from you guys though, so I appreciate it. Lots of valuable comments in the comment section, as well as I had people messaging me on Instagram with several video messages and photo messages of different methods people do to quench multiple blades at once. I'm definitely going to keep exploring that idea, but for the sake of these blades, I just want to keep them rolling. So I took those 5 that I had done at once and I actually reheated them up, re-quenched them, as well as the remaining blades, and I tempered everything. So we are ready to put our final grinds on these blades. Now, before heat treat, these are about 30 thousandths of an inch thick at the edge, and I like to bring them down to around 10. So let's clamp these back up in our little jig thingy-madobber. We'll get a finer belt on there because we're really just kind of finessing this edge a little bit, cleaning everything up, and we'll get the final grinds put on these blades, and hopefully by the end of this video, we will be ready to make some sheets. Alrighty, we've got our final grinds done. Took them over, finished them up with some Scotch-Brite. Came out real nice. I'm happy with those. So the next step of the process is we are going to put in our logo. And to do that, what I like to use are vinyl stencils. We just cut these out on a Cricut. Man, I wish I couldn't recommend Cricuts because they're kind of a pain as a company, but it's handy having a vinyl cutter. I just don't like Cricut. They're kind of shady, in my opinion. For reasons that you can look into and figure out if you care, but that's not what this video is about. So we're just gonna clean this up. Just a little lacquer thinner, get any oils off. One strong tip here, and I got this from my friend Shady Grady, is to use clear vinyl because you can see where you're putting it on. You know, doing this process, if it were not clear, we'd kind of be guessing roughly where exactly it was situated on the blade. But with the clear, you can see where it is, and it works fantastic. And we'll hook up our positive to the knife, turn it to etch, and we will etch away. Now, I'm not too concerned about the exact finish, because I'm not marking, I'm actually setting to etch, and then I'm actually gonna sandblast this. And then once the acid stone washes on, that'll kind of show up a little bit, but I'm not really trying to, you know, get a good clear mark. Like that is a really, oops, I'm kind of getting a little carried away over here. Yep, I can feel it with my fingers. It's actually etched into the metal. And then we'll sandblast it, and it'll be very faint, but it will be there. Cool. Let's do this like 11 more times. All right, so we've got all these sandblasted. I should have done this earlier in the project, but I just took a piece of plywood, ripped some grooves in the table saw, and that way I've got a nice, neat way to organize these blades. So the next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna wipe them all down with some lacquer thinner. What I like to do is I go to IKEA and pick up these trays. They're super cheap, like I think $2 each or something like that. And just for doing different processes, it's kind of nice. So as I wipe them, I'll set them on here and they'll be clean, put them into the ferric chloride, and I'm actually experimenting using straight ferric chloride today. And we can just set all the clean ones here, and then as we pull them out, I'll remove them, put 2 new ones on, set them in, and then I spray them with WD-40 after they come out. first Windex to neutralize the acid, then WD-40 to prevent any possible corrosion. Just a quick little wipe down. They're pretty clean when they come out of the sandblaster, but just want to make sure there's no more oils or anything like that on these. If we kind of zoom in here, you can see Maker's mark is still there. So see it's etched in there. And that's kind of how I like it. It has a neat effect after you stone wash it. Kind of the edges of it get reliefed, or a little relief in them. It's not super noticeable, but it's on there, kind of subtle. See, I'm not entirely sure the reason why people will dilute their ferric, but like even just one dunk like that, I mean, that is a lot darker. And I don't know. I don't know. I used to always use 75% ferric chloride, 25% apple cider vinegar, and it worked, but I spilt that mixture. It was in this container, and I spilt it when I was moving to the new shop, and picked up some ferric chloride, and I thought, why don't I try just doing it straight, you know? Look at that. It's working pretty good. So I'm gonna leave that for about 5 minutes. All right, so that's been about 5 minutes. Take this off. Put it there. And then before I rinse these, I will put 2 more in. Alrighty, we've got our knives all nicely darkened up. And we're gonna put them into the vibratory tumbler. So this is just, I don't know, not super big. It's got ceramic media and WD-40. Turn it on, drop them in. We'll leave them in here for about 20 minutes. Alrighty, so after just 10 minutes, I checked on them and I was happy with the amount that they had gotten their stone wash. Kind of see it's almost a cloudy looking texture, kind of marbled. Not super strong, but I quite like it. So we'll get these cleaned up, get all the WD off of them. Quite like that finish. The next step is going to be taping all these blades up and getting ready to press some kydex. But we will be taking care of that in the next video. Final installment is going to be making the little sheaths for these, sharpening them up, and then we will be done with this batch of last stitch neckers. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them below, and I hope you have a fantastic day. We'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.